3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Today, we are going to do a deep dive into luxury cars, specifically Jaguar's bold rebrand. You know, you might be thinking, wait, Jaguar, aren't they all about those like sleek sports cars with a classic vibe?
Yeah?
Well, buckle up because they are taking a sharp turn into the future
Okay.
with a new look,
Yeah.
a new philosophy, and a risky all-electric strategy. This is not your average car company facelift. We're talking a complete reinvention.
A full 180.
Yeah,
So what's really captivating about all this is that Jaguar,
yeah.
a brand practically synonymous with heritage and tradition, right?
Mhm.
Is taking a gamble to stay relevant.
Okay, so let's break down this makeover.
Yeah.
Starting with the elephant in the room, the logo, that iconic leaping Jaguar we all recognize.
Mm.
We'll say goodbye to that. They've gone for a lowercase, uppercase word mark in this rounded font. It almost feels like they're taking a page from the Dune movie logo, which isn't exactly the first thing that comes to mind, luxury cars.
No.
Right.
It's a stark departure from what we've seen from other luxury brands, Burberry and Rolls-Royce,
Yeah.
who have chosen to really double down on their heritage.
Right.
Jaguar, on the other hand, seems to be saying, out with the old and in with the new.
Mm-hmm.
They're striving for something they call exuberantly modern.
Exuberantly modern.
Oh, right?
It's a mouthful.
It feels almost like it's straight from a marketing textbook.
Right. Totally. But hey,
Yeah.
maybe that's the point. They've also introduced this circular JR monogram, which they describe as a code for expression. To be honest, I'm not quite sure I've cracked that code yet. And then there's the leaping Jaguar itself.
Yeah.
It's still there,
Oh, okay.
but now it's facing right instead of left. And it's been simplified to almost resemble the logo for Slazenger, the sports equipment brand. You have to wonder, is this a deliberate attempt to distance themselves from their past,
I see.
or is it simply a design misstep? Yeah,
And one that's already sparking debate online.
I can imagine.
Some critics are calling it a logo disaster,
Oh my gosh.
while others see it as, a refreshing break from tradition.
Right.
But love it or hate it, it's certainly got people talking.
But speaking of sparking debate, their marketing campaign is leaning hard into this idea of being different,
Okay.
even using taglines like copy nothing and delete ordinary. Yeah.
They're not just showcasing cars anymore. They're
Right.
presenting a lifestyle, an attitude.
Right. And speaking of showcasing, they've also launched a campaign
Okay.
filled with high fashion visuals,
Yeah.
models in bold monochromatic outfits,
Yeah.
posing against stark backgrounds. It's all very sleek and dramatic.
It is.
Jaguar's going all electric and aiming for a much higher price point. They're not just aiming to be another electric car company.
Right.
They're taking on the likes of Bentley.
That's a big jump.
It is.
That's right. They're not just rebranding.
Yeah.
They're completely overhauling their business model.
Wow.
They're betting big that this new image, combined with a focus on cutting-edge technology and sustainability,
Right.
will be enough to lure buyers away from established players in the luxury EV market.
Yeah.
It's a bold gamble, especially with their loyal fan base.
Right.
I mean, can you really picture someone
Yeah.
who's been driving a classic XJ,
Right.
switching over to an electric SUV
Man.
with a Dune-esque logo?
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that either.
Yeah.
It does feel like they're risking alienating
Right.
their core customer base.
Yeah.
The folks who have always been drawn to that classic Jaguar aesthetic.
Right. It's a delicate balancing act for sure.
It is.
Appealing to a new generation
Yeah.
without pushing away the old guard.
Right.
And speaking of trying too hard, not everyone's buying into this whole exuberant modernism thing either.
Right.
One article even compared their new campaign to those overly dramatic perfume ads.
Oh, yeah.
All slow motion shots and intense stare.
Well, I know exactly. The ads.
You're the words I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They leave you wondering, what are they even selling?
Right. Lots of smoldering looks and billowing fabric.
Yeah.
but you're left with no clue
Exactly.
what the product actually is.
Yeah.
It's style over substance.
Exactly.
And that's a valid criticism, I think, of
Yeah.
Jaguar's new campaign, too.
For sure.
If it feels too manufactured
Yeah.
or inauthentic,
Right.
it could backfire.
Right, because luxury brands are all about authenticity and heritage, and Jaguar's trying to walk this fine line
They are.
between embracing their past and forging a new future.
It's like they're trying to fit into a world
Yeah.
that doesn't quite suit them. Are they banking too much on this rebrand
It does.
to carry them into this new era?
Yeah.
Will a fancy new logo and a high-fashion marketing campaign be enough to convince buyers
Yeah.
to shell out 6 figures for an electric Jaguar? This is like watching a high-stakes poker game.
I know, right?
Will Jaguar's gangle pay off, or will they go dust?
We'll have to wait and see.
I guess we will. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive
It was fun.
into Jaguar's risky rebrand. Until next time, keep those engines revving
Yeah.
and those design minds thinking.